Now, my name is Baron and I am a six-figure Amazon FBA seller, and in this video I'm going to go over the specific steps that a beginner should take, and specifically exactly how you even go about selling on Amazon FBA and how the whole entire business works. So I'm going to break this video into 5 easy digestible steps that even an 8-year-old can follow. I'm not saying you're 8-year-old, but in that case, it's going to be easy and it's going to be broken down. So let's get right into it. So like I just mentioned, this is going to be a step-by-step guide. But before we start anything, I don't usually do this, but today I'm just feeling a little bit motivating. Now, this is just going to be specifically to motivate you guys and show you guys the possibilities of what Amazon FBA can do for you if you figure out the right products to actually create and get sourced on Amazon, and if they start selling well, which once again are 2 things that are very simple to do, but a lot of people skip these steps I'm going to go over. But before we do any of that, once again, I'm going to show you guys my lifetime sales. Now, if you just come to today's sales, we have 5 sales. If you click on this, it will take us to the actual dashboard of the sales that we have. Now, just quickly for year to date, I will just go back for the last year, click apply, and just show you guys exactly what goes on in this Amazon business. Now, once again, there are high seasons and there are lower seasons. Now, usually between Q4 to the first quarter of the year, sales are higher, and then as you go on, they get lower and lower. Now, once again, it's still 1,000 sales per month, and overall in the last 9 months, we have 450 or 425,000 sales. So that's at roughly around 50,000 in sales. Now, that is a pretty life-changing number, but at the same time, there is more and more room to grow, and the more and more products you put out on Amazon, the higher and higher this number can be. Now, I've been pretty complacent, and I'm going to really launch hard in 2023, but really quickly, I just wanted to show you guys that, and also just show you guys exactly how it started. If we go to, so I've just entered in another custom search for 2021, which is the year we started, and to the end of 2021, hit apply, and then we have the numbers that we did last year, which once again are 412,000. Now, once again, this is not an overnight thing. You're not just going to put a product on Amazon and expect these sales, but once again, if you put into practice the steps I'm going to go over, then you can very easily do the same exact thing. Now with that being said, your results could also be less, or they could even be more. I've seen anomalies come in, and right off the bat, the first product is selling, hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. And it's just insane if you just really hit in the right niche and you really have the right product innovation and you're in the right time, then you could really do very well on Amazon. But once again, these results are with time, consistency, and putting out products on Amazon. Now, with that out the way, let's get into the step-by-step process. So the very first step when it comes to setting up your Amazon business is finding the right product to sell. Now, for all these products that we're selling, we're going to be private labeling these products, meaning that we are creating a brand that we own and that we are going to put on Amazon that is going to be our private label brand, meaning that we're logoing this product or the packaging and selling it online. Now, with that being said, we have to find the first of all, we have to find the product that we're trying to sell. So if you come to Amazon.com and we just come to the new releases, this will just give you a good idea on exactly what is being newly released in all of these categories. Right here, we have like any department. We can look at baby, we can look at camera and photos, we can look at electronics, handmade products, home and kitchen. Doesn't really matter. We can look at any of these. So we're just going to click on the handmade products, and we're just going to see and browse the new releases. Now, once again, when it comes to finding these products to put on Amazon, there are a number of ways we can do this. Now, I have an entire product research playlist where I go over countless ways to find products on Amazon. Click down below in the description box if you want to look at that playlist specifically. But the easiest way to start this is to just simply use Helium 10, or if you don't want to pay for Helium 10, you can obviously use the other methods that I have, the free methods, to start doing your research. But once again, Helium 10 is really going to save you a lot of time when it comes to product research, because there are tons of products to sift through, and it actually gives you the specific data such as how much the product is making, how many competitors there are, how many reviews they have. You can find that on Amazon, but specifically how much money they're making, how long they've been there, and just other selling metrics that you need to know before you just launch a product. You want to know these specific things. Now, when it comes to Helium 10, we can just simply come to helium10.com, and the tool and the software that we're using is the black box tool. Now, I'm going to quickly just go over what this tool does. Once again, it sifts through all the products on Amazon, and it allows you to find products based on criteria you put into it that are going to allow you to find low competition products and products that don't have a ton of sellers who have thousands and thousands of reviews, who are going to be almost impossible to compete against. And now, once again, the first step is finding products to sell on Amazon. So we're going to just quickly go over this. Let's just do 1,000 searches as the minimum search volume, monthly revenue of at least $5,000, the price of at least $25, and we'll go to around $40. Review count, no more than 200 reviews, so we can actually bring a product to market that does not have a ton of competition. Everyone doesn't have thousands of reviews. And we're just going to hit search just for this specific example. Now, once again, you're going to change these criteria, and no, there's no right, there's no wrong criteria. You can go higher in searches, lower in monthly revenue, or higher in monthly revenue and lower in review counts, or higher in review counts. But just know that the higher you go up in any of these things, the more competitive it's going to be, because once again, people want to have lots of searches, lots of money being made, and lots of reviews are going to make it very hard for you to come in and compete. Now with this, we're going to have a ton of keywords. This is once again the keyword phrase. We also have the product phrase where they will show you products. But once again, these keywords that we're looking at are going to be search terms that people are actually searching for on Amazon. So really quickly, if I was to just open up, let's just open up one that looks a little bit interesting. Let's just look at the baby spider costume. Now we're not going to be selling this baby spider costume, but once again, it just gives you the idea that once again, these search terms people are searching for, and these are sellers who are selling these items. Under the baby spider costume, we have these different sellers who are selling different baby spider costumes, because once again, it's Halloween and it's going to be a seasonal product, so there's going to be lots of sales for this specific item. And for example's sake, let's say we wanted to create a brand around this product and we wanted to actually source this product. For example's sake, we're not really going to source this product, but let's say we had good profit margins, they were at least 30% or above. It had a non-ton of competitors selling these products, and there were many players on the first page who had less than 100 reviews. Let's say that they had good monthly revenue, and overall this is just a product that met all the different criteria that we wanted to source this product. Now if we come to the X-Ray Helium 10 Chrome extension, this is where things can get very serious. So we can see what they're actually making, everything about this specific niche, about this specific baby spider costume search term. We can see all the data. Now we can see that the top player right here is making $19,000 a month with 115 reviews. There are multiple players who have 64 reviews, 66 reviews, 32 reviews, 72 reviews. Of under 100 reviews, we're making a couple $1,000s in revenue. Now, this is not anything crazy, but once again, this is just a seasonal product, and most of the products that you're going to be launching are going to be year-round products that are going to be generating you cash for the year-round. But once again, Helium 10 allows us to find all the data. We have players who are making 47, 67. And once again, these are just going to be players who have been here a long time. As you see, actually this guy has 20 reviews, making 47,000 for this specific variation. Now you're going to be able to find products who are making millions a month in revenue, but once again, those are going to be extremely hard to compete against, because those players might have thousands and thousands of reviews. Now you want to find markets that are going to have new players who are making money. Once again, new players who have under 100 reviews, under 150 reviews, whatever criteria you put into black box. And there's going to be multiple players who have designs of those products, who are just posted those products, who are making sales. That is what you want to look for. And for example's sake, a market that you would not want to sell in is something like a water bottle. I just type this in, the water bottle, and Helium 10 auto-filled it. Now it has over 1.1 million searches, as you saw just there. It had 1.1 million searches. Now, once again, this is going to be extremely competitive to sell in. As you see on the first page, we have players who have 19,000, 110,000, 50,000 reviews. This is going to be extremely hard, and it's going to be a fail if you wanted to sell this product. Now, if we look to see exactly how much money they're going to be making a ton of money. But once again, these are going to be markets that are going to be extremely hard to sell in, because everyone has tons and tons of reviews. Once your revenue loads, you're going to be mind blown just with how much money they're making every single month. Like we have 30,000, 300,000, 1 million per month, 900,000 per month, 1.1 million per month, 1.7 million per month. But once again, these are going to be extremely hard to sell, and these players have been here for multiple years, maybe even the last decade, and they're going to be established, and their sales are not going anywhere. No one's stealing their sales. So you want to focus on markets that are low-hanging fruit. And once again, Black Box allows us to put criteria into it so that we can find the markets who have the lowest hanging fruit, and that are going to allow us to have a better chance at launching a product that will be successful. And also, I do have a Black Box affiliate code. I do use Black Box personally every single day, but I am also affiliated with Black Box, and this code will save you 20% off your very first 6 months using Black Box. So once again, save your discount, or you can use a friend's code if you know a friend who uses Black Box and has a code. But once again, if you want to save money, if you want to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate if you use that code. And when it comes to product research, when it comes to the very first step, finding the right product to sell, the last and most important thing that you need to do is to actually differentiate this product and to make it look different or more unique, have a higher sense of perceived value. Now, if we were to look at the water bottles, once again, they're selling water bottles. This guy has a water bottle with a box. This guy has a water bottle with different colors and carrying pouch, and this guy has a top who has a carrying loop. But once again, these guys have been here forever, so they can just have whatever up, and once again, they have reviews who are solidifying themselves, so they don't have to have anything different. But once again, if you want to launch a water bottle, which is not the best thing to do, but whatever category you are, even if it's a lower competition category, you still want to differentiate yourself. Like this guy has a water bottle plus a scrubbing cleaning thing, and he's 172 reviews, so he's a newer guy, and he launched his product. But once again, as a newer player in a big or even a smaller market, if you really want to solidify your success, you need to have a high sense of perceived value. Make yourself unique by offering other things that could be closely used with the product, or just having the best premium version of the product on the market being offered. Now, the second step is to create your very own brand name and your very own private label logo. Now, this is very simple. Let's say we want to sell water bottles. We could just have, I don't know, Water Works or something to that extent. But once again, you want to just quickly go and just make sure that the name is not being used. Now, when it comes to brand names, if you want to make sure the brand name is not being used. Now, when it comes to getting a logo created, it can be very, very simple. And this is not something that you need to stress on. Just have a very simple and clean logo. Now, for the brand I'm wearing right now, this is a Gymshark logo. This is a very almost dumb looking logo. But once again, this brand, Gymshark, has been recently evaluated at 1.45 billion if they were to sell it. That's insane. And this logo is very simple. Now, if you would have overthought this logo, it didn't really matter. What matters is having good business practices in place and having a good product. And once again, when it comes to logos, we can easily come to sources like canva.com, and we can just come to the business tab and click on the logo, actually the design tab, click on the logo maker, and this is where you can easily and very quickly make a logo within 5 minutes. Start designing a custom logo, and we can just do continue. Now as you see, they have a ton of already made logos. Now if we just type in something like a water, just because we want to sell like a water bottle or whatever we're going to be selling, we're going to sell, like right here we have Hydra. Now with this, once again, we can change this a little bit. It could be like, so I've done Hydra, I'm going to add another text box right here, add a text box. Doesn't matter what it is, but once again, we have a working logo, Hydra Hydration. Now this could be for a water bottle company or whatever your specific business you're going to be making. Just do a quick logo, or if you don't want to design it yourself, you can always go to Fiverr.com or Upwork.com and have someone make you a very easy logo, and that's going to be quickly designed within a day or 2 days, just for 5 to 10 to 20 bucks. You can go higher up to 50 bucks. But once again, all these logos are going to be relatively the same quality. So just have a regular logo, just a regular 1D logo with different colors and just your different brand name. It can even be in black and white, it doesn't really matter. Your logo, once again, is not going to make or break your business. Now, after we have the product we want to source, we created a logo and a brand name for ourselves. This is when we come to Alibaba.com. Now, this is when we actually are going to source our product. Now, when it comes to Alibaba.com, why are we using Alibaba? You may be a little bit skeptical, but Alibaba allows us to find products on Amazon that are selling for very cheap, because these manufacturers and suppliers in China are going to be listing their products and their warehouses on Alibaba.com, meaning that we can come and look at all the different manufacturers and warehouses in China who once again have extremely low prices for us if we source from them. So basically we are buying for low in China and selling for high on Amazon, and we are making the profit in the difference. Now, once again, this is going to be the place where you can find tons of suppliers. So if we're just typing something like water bottle, we do space water bottle. This is, once again, we're going to find the right supplier for us. Now, when it comes to finding the right supplier, there are multiple things that you want to do. Now, the very first thing is you want to just have the verified supplier and the trade assurance. I have a detailed step-by-step video with all the questions that you need to ask them, all the acronyms, everything when it comes to finding a supplier to source your products for. But essentially, once again, we're going to have our logo and our products. We're going to contact a ton of suppliers. I'm signing in really quickly. We're going to ask them a couple questions. First of all, what is their minimum order quantity? How many units can I order with my logo on the product packaging? Either or both, doesn't matter. You can have your logo on the product or the product packaging, and that allows us to private label that product. Once the product is private labeled, we're going to ask them, what is the minimum order quantity? What is the MOQ? Now, right here, we can see that his minimum order quantity is 25 pieces. Now, that was going to change once we have our specific logo on the product or the product packaging, because once again, they have to customize it, and it's not just a generic product at that point that they already have created for you sitting on the side that they can easily just send out. They're going to have to customize these water bottles for you and put your logo on the product or the product packaging. Now, that's minimum order quantity. Once you have a private label, it can move up to easily to 250, 500, 1,000, maybe even 5,000 minimum order quantity units that you have to order to have your logo on the actual product. Now, this is going to be depending on the supplier, how big they are, what they have in stock, if they're a trade company, if they're a manufacturer, but you want to contact enough suppliers so that you actually get all the correct prices and so that you can find a minimum order quantity that is going to be low enough so that you can start your first order with not spending a ton of money. Now, there are other questions you want to ask, such as, can you do my specific innovation? What can you bundle with this product? What other options do you have for this product? I want the best premium products, so what do you offer? What can you offer me? Now, if you want the step-by-step process for the Alibaba sourcing, then make sure to go to the link in the description and click on the specific Alibaba sourcing guide. So we do product research. We find a product to, once again, sell on Amazon.com. We're going to create a logo and our private label brand name, so that once again, we have our logo and brand name that we're going to put on this product so that it is private labeled and it is our product. Then we're going to find, once again, the third step is finding a supplier on Alibaba to source your products, to make it more unique, to differentiate it, and to once again have a low enough minimum order quantity so that you can actually afford the first order of the product. Now, once again, after we do these 3 steps and we have the specific product, the brand, the supplier, the next step is we're going to create a mock listing on Amazon. Now, this step is going to be, once again, very simple. We just want to come to sellercentral.com, create an Amazon account, log in, and we're going to come to catalog, add products. And once again, we're going to basically add our product as a new product. We're going to come to add products right here, and then we're going to say, I'm adding a product that's not sold on Amazon, because once again, we are privately labeling our product. Now, once you click this, it's going to take us to, once we click this, it's going to take us to a page where we actually find our product. This is where you go down the rabbit hole. Like if we come to water bottles and we see the different categories that they're selling in, this one right here is selling in sports and outdoors, water bottle, camping, and hiking. So we would come back here, we would come to sports and outdoors, right here, go down the rabbit hole, camping and hiking, and then water bottles. And we would select that category. Now, once we list this product on Amazon, this is going to be our test listing. We want to do a test listing early in the process, a test dummy or mock listing, so that we can see if Amazon will allow us to sell this item, if there are going to be any requirements that we need to provide to them to sell this item, because for some items that you want to sell on Amazon, there will be certain things that you have to provide to Amazon. Now, for majority of items, there aren't, but once again, you want to do this early in the process so that you know if you can actually sell this item, because it would suck to find a supplier, to order all the units, to have them ready, being built, now they're finally ready to order, and then you only then create your mock listing or your actual real listing that you think is going to be real, but you need to create a test listing so that once you create that real listing that you thought was going to be real and you can't actually sell the product, then you have all these units that have already been created, and now you're stuck with a bunch of inventory that you can't even sell for a listing that you didn't create earlier from the process to figure out if you could sell it. Now, once again, it's a very easy and simple step, but you need to do it early on in the process to figure out if you can actually sell that item. Now, like any of these steps in the process, I have down below in the description a step-by-step guide on exactly how to do this specific process, how to list your very first product on Amazon. So make sure to watch that video in detail if you want further instructions on how to do that. And also, once you're listing your product, this is also where you put your product photos and your keywords and your text describing your product. Now, when it comes to product photos, you can simply have these outsourced on websites such as OutlineMatic.com, Fiverr, or Upwork. Now, OutlineMatic is a website that specializes in, once again, aesthetic packaging designs for your product, and they also can do first picture, second picture, all the different pictures for your product as well. Now, the different design services that they have are going to be the product pictures. They can even do inserts. They can do packaging design, logo design, infographics, whatever you need. If you want to come to OutlineMatic, you can do that. Now, I have a discount code down below in the description. This is another affiliate, but once again, I highly recommend using this website. But if you don't want to use this website, if it is out of your budget, because once again, it will cost $100, $200, depending on what you get. If it is out of your budget, you can easily go to Fiverr or Upwork.com and find the exact same things on there. But once again, this is something that I have personally used, and I do stand by their work. But once again, there are cheaper options if you don't want to spend big bucks. But also take note that the pictures and the packaging design and the logo and everything that you're going to be having for your product, there are specific visual things that your customer can see. And the pictures are going to be the only thing that is going to actually describe in a visualization of what your product is. So if you go cheap on these pictures, then once again, your product is not going to convert and you're not going to get sales. You have to be willing to spend money on pictures to get the right product impression to your customers so that they can actually believe that your product is for them, and so that you can actually have authority and reputation to your customer, because once again, if the pictures are crappy, they're going to find someone who has good pictures. Now, for any listing on Amazon.com, such as this one right here, we can click on the listing and we can see the different pictures that they have used and the different keywords that they have used in their actual listing. Now, how do we do this? Basically, click on the listing right here. We click on it, and then it will take us to the actual listing page on Amazon. And now the beautiful thing about Helium 10 is that we can see the listing health score, the average 30-day sales. So every 30 days, they're getting 30,000 sales, their in-stock rate, the FBA fees. And once again, for this, we have the pictures that we're going to need to create for our product that are, once again, need to be high quality. And we also have the keywords that we're going to need to have in our bullet points that, once again, we can actually rank our product in Amazon so people can actually search in the term water bottle and our product actually pops up in front of them. Now, for these keywords, we can actually go and look at their actual bullet points to try to figure out the keywords on our own, or we can use the software such as Helium 10. If we just click View More, we want to copy their ASIN and then come to Cerebro, which is another Helium 10 tool, paste the ASIN, and it will tell us all of the keywords that they're ranking for. Now, with this is basically a very, very important step that if you skip the step, your product's not going to rank, and you can actually spy on your competitors and see exactly the keywords that are allowing their product to rank on Amazon. Now, I have an in-depth tutorial on exactly how to use this specific data, but essentially you want to pick the best keywords that have lots of searches, as you see right here, the highest search volume, and don't have a ton of competing products that you can actually rank for those products, not get lost in the search results. You also want to pick keywords that are highly relevant to your product. You want to pick like if you're selling a 1 gallon water jug, you don't want to rank for a keyword if you're selling a 8-ounce water jug. You want to pick the 1 gallon water jug if you're selling a 1 gallon water jug. You want to pick the 8-ounce if you're selling an 8-ounce. It's very self-explanatory, but you only be picking keywords that you're not going to rank for because it will only take up space in your listing, because you can only put so many keywords into your listing and actual sentences so that it actually reads. If you just put random keywords here and there, once again, you're not going to rank for these keywords, and it's taking up valuable real estate, valuable space for other keywords that are highly relevant to your product. Now, once again, for this, you want to pick at least 50 to 100 keywords in your listing that have good searches and that you're going to rank for to allow you to rank on Amazon.com. Now, step number 5, the very last step, is going to be ordering the bulk order from your manufacturer. Now, once again, after we have asked our manufacturer what prices he can do, what's in order quantity, we contacted enough manufacturers, and we have figured out our top 1 to 2 to 3 manufacturers who have the best prices, best communication, all of the best practices, no red flags. They're not being iffy, taking 3 days to respond. They're not asking for a ton of money, but once again, they have the best prices, materials, and the best communication, and we're going to order samples. Now, for the samples that we actually want to go with, the samples that have the highest quality and who can actually do our innovation/differentiation strategy, we're going to order the bulk order. Now, after we order this bulk order, they create the order, we pay for the invoice, all that. They're going to send the units to Amazon so that we can, once again, get these sales. This is very simple. Now, I have down below in the description exactly how to send these units to Amazon, step-by-step process. So once again, for any of these steps in this business model, once again, from start, product research, to finding the specific logo for your brand, to finding a specific supplier for your brand, to finding the specific keywords and the photo creation, to finding, once again, the very last step, which is going to be ordering the bulk order and sending that to Amazon. For each of these steps, I have down below in the description a step-by-step process. This is an overview, but once again, this overview is still very detailed. So if you stay to the end, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And once again, anybody can do Amazon FBA, but it does take time and consistency and dedication and a made-up mind that you are going to launch products and you're going to do all these steps that I have talked about, and that's going to give you the best chance of succeeding on Amazon. Once again, it's not rocket science, but at the same time, you do have to do the correct practices to ensure that you are actually going to get sales and that you actually pick the right product. Now, if you got any value out of this video, then make sure to smash the thumbs up button and subscribe down below, because I release multiple step-by-step videos every single week showing you guys exactly how to sell on Amazon FBA as a beginner. And with all that being said, make sure to click on this video right here if you need more help on exactly how to do product research and where I recommend you start as a beginner.